you flooded that bunker with fire and watched the Heretics burn till there was nothing but ash on the wind. It was beautiful, Sarge. Just beautiful. The Hellhound sports a monstrous turret-mounted flamethrower that discharges a self-igniting chemical. Typically deployed in dense terrain, the Hellhound excels at flushing dug-in infantry from their bunkers and bolt holes. The roar and hiss of chemical flames fills the air as the Hellhound's inferno cannon opens fire. Fat sizzles and ammunition explodes as enemy infantry reel screaming from cover, ablaze from head to toe. As oily, reeking smoke fills the air, the survivors fall back in desperate disarray. The Hellhound, one of my favourite vehicles in Dawn of War. I think it's very much underappreciated. It does have some issues, but it can be very strong in an aggressive timing, as well as acting as a frontline for your guardsmen in tier 2 alongside your chimeras and sentinels. But if you're ready to burn some Xenos and Heretics, let's get straight into the build. And if you've been enjoying my content and you want to see more of it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. I know you've heard it all before, but it does help a brother out in the algorithm. Anywho, straight onto the video. Alrighty, I'm going to showcase the build twice. I'm going to give two variants. One is a more general standard build, and the second is going to be an extremely fast tech variant. They're going to be pretty much similar, just a few variants. I'll have the build on screen as well, but just to show you how to execute it. And then I'll go into a 1v1 ranked auto match where I'll go over my thought processes, break it down a little bit more, but this is just to showcase the build. Pretty standard opening, 2 guardsmen, 1 engineer, and a 3rd guardsman from the field command. You'll go into an infantry command into a command squad, cap your outside strategic points, relics, whatever. Put your listening post down, go onto your priest on the command squad, and then look to be aggressive. Find them on the map, I put them into melee and I just start chasing the marines down. Command squad with priest does really good damage into marines. Keep adding those listening posts. We're up to 1 generator. We'll be going 2 generator. Now typically I recommend just going to Psycho, but I was having a bit of fun. Into Marines or tier 1 mass. Melee, Priest and Commissar does pretty well. You'll typically be able to get more from the Psycho, but the Commissar is never bad as a second hero. But always go Priest first for the movement and damage. Again, we're getting all of our listening posts. Keep adding the aggression, stop the listening post. As we cap and get map control, we're looking to decap and put some aggression. We'll pull 2 squads. We're still on 1 generator. I will lose the priest here, but I have traded into a lot of marines, so it was overall quite efficient for me. I'll be adding my 2nd generator, and then from 2 generator and all of our listening posts done, we can then transition into a tier 2. We've traded into a bunch of marines with our command squad. I'm not reinforcing my command squad again because I'm waiting for the tier 2. I'd rather prioritize that with the power. I don't need to take this point. I should just decap and fort, but I wasn't paying attention. You'll also notice I go into some listening posts. So with the standard build, you'll get 2 listening posts. You'll get your generators, 2 listening posts, 2 generators into a mechanized command, and then you'll add your 4th generator. Then you go into double Hellhound. It's still a very fast push, but we're investing a little bit into eco, scaling into the late game in case the push doesn't work out. After the 4th generator, you'll tap a bit more eco, or you'll go into your tactical command first, ideally. That's where you'll go with this, so you can get the push out faster. We get our tactical command. I'm going to be adding grenade launchers. Well, in this demonstration, I add plasma just because I'm having fun, but I definitely recommend adding grenade launchers for the crowd control. Plasma can do really well into heroes and elite infantry, but I recommend it with the priest because they've got the invuln, extra damage, and then you combine it with the commissars execute, so they're doubling up in their damage. It will be more efficient to go with grenade launchers first. As you can see, the Hellhound, add some commissars for the executability as you get the resources. The second Hellhound will come shortly, and that's when the push gets really strong because you'll start burning through tier 1 infantry. Pull back the Hellhound, try not to lose it, it was getting stuck. Pull an engine C always when you're going for a tier 2 vehicle push. It's got a really fast regeneration rate or repair rate. Keep pushing, keep adding economy. I've added my third listening post 2 upgrade. I've added my 5th generator. I'm transitioning into pretty much whatever I want at this point. Like, realistically, you can transition to whatever you want. I'm adding my commissars, I'm adding my infantry upgrades. It's important to know that the Dawn of War tooltips are not that good. I'll show it on screen now, but for the Emperor and Death Before Dishonor also improve guardsman health. So between the commissar regen, morale, the sergeants adding HP, you're getting a lot of HP buffs all together. It's all hitting in nice timing with this push. Again, you'll see into some matchups like the Space Marines, adding plasma is good, but if you lose it to the Liberium and Grey Knight, you can just lose a lot of resources there. So again, it's going to be more efficient in most games to just go with grenade launchers, or at least mix some grenade launchers in there, get a 4th squad, make that the plasma squad. But you see, one Liberian nukes almost all my guys there. We get a take and hold, but nice and simple. In this second version, this is for the fast tech. We'll be skipping the Psyker. Now, I don't recommend this if you would need the Psyker earlier on, just going to the standard build. But into some matchups, again, like Space Marines or anything where you won't need the Psyker, you can just sit on the Priest, be a little bit more mobile, make sure you're taking really favorable engagements, be a bit more cagey with your command squad, because you don't want to have to reinforce it. We'll be sitting on 1 plasma generator this time to go tier 2, just to push the timing of this attack up by 1.5 minutes. Same thing, Priest, command squad. You'll notice I get the Priest first this time, and then delay the listening post, because we're going to be more aggressive with this build. All our listening post, all the caps, then go for decaps. Nice and simple, look for their capping units, be annoying. You can also look for builders and snipe builders, both are good. As long as you're killing some requisition, that's ideal. They be aggressive on my Relic, I just pull back, I don't need to take that fight, continue to get listening post. I decide to be aggressive on their side. If they're going to go for stuff on my side or decap me, I'll start decapping them. This is stuff that you can and will replicate in your actual games. Continue adding your listening post. You can see, because I did not add the second Psyker, on 1 generator I can hit 175 power very early, and we've got a 3-minute tier 2. At this point, now that I've clicked tier 2, I'll be using any units that are not capping to start fighting, and I'll keep at least 1 capping unit for now. If there's any more map control to take, I'll instantly add my 2 generators. I'm not going for any listening post upgrades in this version. And then those 3 generators, when they're built with a tier 2, I can instantly go for a mechanized command and go into my Hellhound production. This build will be more vulnerable to attacks early on because you don't have the listening point 2s. You're not going for... Well, yeah, basically it's the listening point 2s. You're not investing much into like your defensive side of things. You're not investing into your commissars. You're delaying that Psyker, etc, etc. It's longer before you start reinforcing your guard squads. I just had to think of it for a second, sorry. Because of all that, you are more vulnerable in the early game. However, if you get past that 4-minute window and you get into the 5-minute window, now my mechanized command is down, we've got a Hellhound deposit, instantly put a tactical command. I've added my 4th plasma generator, because 4 plasma generators are going to be ideal to keep up with Hellhound production and keep adding upgrades. Instantly go into the second Hellhound when I can, just waiting for the power. 6 minutes 20 this time, second Hellhound's on its way. You can see I add grenade launchers this time because money's a bit tighter with this build because it's a bit more of a crispier timing. Less time for more time for me to do damage before the enemy has a reaction if he doesn't already have one. And then we go for the push. Now with this build specifically, after the Hellhounds are done, I'll add a 5th generator to start scaling my economy with Listening Post. But also you want to go into your Sentinel depot straight after. Be really aggressive with this build. The Sentinels are there to counter their tier 2 and any vehicles they're probably going to go as an answer. Not only that, but combining with your command squad, if you go for the extra command squad size, you can add more Psychers. Between the Sentinels and the Psychers up to 3, you can get Curse of the Machine Spirits. The Sentinels themselves are actually good DPS into Commander Armor, so that's one of the niche things that they're actually good at too, with the decapping. And you're looking to go for the kill with this variant. Because you're delaying your economy, your scaling is not going to be as fast or as good, but this hits really hard. You just need to get past the first 4 minutes. When you have more experience, you'll learn how to do that. It's more about being on the enemy's side of the map and making them not be on your side of the map, delaying them, and if they don't catch wind of what's happening, this push just hits really hard and ends the game. You can see that we go into 2 Hellhounds, 2 Sentinels, and then I add 2 Chimeras just for all the infantry, the 3 guard squads and the command squad, and that's this push complete. From this point on, I can look to scale my economy, my technology, go for a tier 3. I can go for like a quick tier 3 now as well. Catachan Ogren, if it didn't kill the enemy, but let's say it killed like 2-3 strategic points, decaps as well, and traded a bunch of their army, that's still a good trade because I can still scale this. Because I'm in tier 2 and I can play for the late game, go for your global upgrades, blah blah blah. But that's the game done anyway. You can see how you can play both builds. One transitions better into a standard game. The second build's far more aggressive and more of an all-in. But because Guard has a really good tier 4, they never really all-in. It's always like an aggressive timing push that acts to do damage, and if it kills your opponent, awesome. If it doesn't, play for tier 3, tier 4, and the Guard will kill their opponent. Alrighty, now going into a ranked 1v1 auto match. This will be showcasing the build in action. I'll have a couple of tweaks to show that there is some flexibility in this build, or you can commit to the original build depending on what your preference are. As you get some more experience, you'll learn how you can get further smaller advantages, blah blah blah. Anyway, 2 guardsmen, 1 engineer, and a 3rd guardsman from the field command. I'll be getting a command squad from my infantry command and instantly going to the enemy's relic to put pressure. You'll see with my first 2 guardsman squads, I'm going to be taking my forward strategic points. The reason for that is I don't want to be dealing with decap pressure while I'm on the other side of the map. I can put listening posts on my further strategic points earlier to prevent decaps. Instantly get that infantry command, command squad, go into a plasma generator with the first engine C. By this point, the second engine C will be coming out to instantly be capping on this point. With the plasma generator engine C, he'll be going to the second strategic point and putting a listening post on that. And then after the plasma generator, from this point on, it's just about listening post on all your strategic points or anything that you can. You'll be putting a priest and then a psyker on your command squad. In this specific replay, I'll go for psyker first because I'm always testing and experimenting with different things in different matchups, but into the Orks specifically, I don't think psyker first is a good idea. Go priest for the health on all squad members and the movement speed, and if anything, this is where you'll go psyker to put some zaps onto the big mech, or you could go into a commissar and use your command squad away from your guardsmen to merely listening post down while they're playing aggressively elsewhere. I decided to go for the psyker first. I don't see the big mech, so I'm like, okay, maybe he's on the other side of the map, but I should have realized he went shooter boy first, so the big mech's yet to come. I'll zap one of these shooter boys just to get like a free trade of 35 requisition for nothing, but because I don't have the priest, I'll take a lot of chip damage on the retreat, and that's why you don't go psyker first, especially into the Ork matchup. As you can see, listening post, I'll get one over there, put one over here, the 3rd guardsman capped the final point, and then I instantly go to all the critical locations while this is happening. The reason for that, and before I explain that, as you can see, because I don't have the priest, I'm taking a lot of chip damage while I'm running away. This is why you go priest first. Maybe you go psycho first into like the tower matchup so you can snipe the stealth suits, but into the orc matchup specifically, don't go psycho first. Priest psycho or priest commissar for sure. Now, because this is a tier 2 push, I go for the critical locations as opposed to the heavy aggression because I don't have commissars out yet. But also it means while I'm going to be teching to tier 2, the enemy has to make a choice. Does he go for the decap and stop my win condition? Or does he go into my base and get some economic or go for the kill, you know, economic damage or go for the kill. All my strategic points are done. I'm putting a preemptive heavy bolter turret here to reinforce this area, because what I'm going to be doing, as opposed to a faster tier 2, I can go for a 2 generator. I won't upgrade this listing post like in the demonstration video and go for just a faster tier 2. I'm going to be going 2nd generator and upgrading 3 listening posts so I can get some safety net while I'm on the other side of the map. I can have this area and hopefully deter him off completely. Again, I'm looking for aggression, heal TP in. I choose not to commit to the listening post because I don't want to bleed too much manpower. I want to conserve as many forces as possible to use in my tier 2 push. I get 2 commissars out because I'm fighting with 2 squads, the 3rd squad still on capping duty. I'll be going on to my 3rd generator after tier 2, but I get my 2nd generator, upgrade and upgrade. At this point I'll get my 3rd generator, and then I'll be going for a tier 2. After I get my tier 2, I'll go to tactical command, I'll go for a 4th generator and then finish my last 2 listening posts with upgrades, just so I can scale into the late game. Again, you can store your economy for more aggressive timings with your hellhounds, but because I'm feeling relatively safe, my plan of keeping him on his side of the map is working, so I feel safe enough to lean into some more economy. Again, no grenade launchers because grenade launchers and a tactical command will delay this tier 2. I'm waiting for my 175 power. I'm looking to contest this critical location, but I notice he has big shooters and I'm like, no, okay. Now, if he didn't have big shooters here, I wouldn't invest into the tactical command. I would actually conserve that power for a faster tier 2, but because I know I'm under threat of a tier 1.5 push, with heavy armor, big shooters, more DACA, I'll commit to a 4th generator, I'll get my tactical command, I'll upgrade these 2 listening posts, I'll get grenade launchers and sergeants, I'll go my infantry upgrades, and now I'm just looking to stall and stop his tier 1.5 push, because I already have the answer of a tier 2 hellhound push. Waiting on my tier 2, my battle commands, we're getting the tactical control for grenade launchers now, as a response to his tier 1.5, so I can go the faster tech. I just want to keep reinforcing that point. I didn't even go for the 3rd commissar, I just went into a faster tier 2 altogether. 1 listening post, 2 listening posts after the 4th generator. While we're building the tactical command, we'll instantly add sergeants and grenade launchers. I also want to note that the Dawn of War tooltips are not that good, so Death Before Dishonor says it only improves morale of guardsmen. I don't have the full tooltips on, I just like the requisition. But it also improves the health of all guardsmen, so in terms of a value perspective, getting Death Before Dishonor and a sergeant is going to be more value than just capping out your grenade launcher straight away. But when I had the resources, I was paying attention, I should be opting for these sergeants first. As you can see, now I prioritize them on these 2 squads before the grenade launchers. And then I'm combining that with Death Before Dishonor to improve the guardsmen of all my squads. That will scale with the commissar's regeneration rate. And I'm just posturing aggressively. I know he's probably on the other side of this crit location, and he can probably see me because the critical location vision is quite high, don't forget that. So I'm posturing aggressive to make it look like I'm strong. I'm feigning strength, but I'm actually weaker than him. But because I'm looking to trade, he thinks maybe I've got something in the bag, and he sees grenade launchers. I'm looking to constantly trade, not looking I'm not looking to commit to the decap, I'm just looking to poke. Now this, when he starts pulling back, I should have turned around for another volley, but I was walking back and making sure I kept up with my economy. I'll go into a 6 generator. You can see now I've upgraded my listening post after the tier 2. I've got my Hellhound deposit. I'll be getting 2 Hellhounds in this game. Then going for Sentinels again. I posture aggressively. I go for some poke and run away. I want to conserve my forces. That's 40 requisition I just lost. But I'm hoping that I'm trading more on his side. All this damage, it will be adding up because the Hellhound will be doing AoE. The second the first Hellhound comes out, go, be aggressive, hit that timing. There's less time for him to have a response if he doesn't have a preemptive one. So again, looking to do poke damage, he jumps in, he sees the Hellhound, and he's like, oh, no, fuck that, let's get the fuck out of here. That's what a Hellhound does, it completely crushes tier 1 or tier 1.5 based armies. 2 to 3 Hellhounds is ideal. Keep getting your infantry upgrades. If I'm not mistaken, the other morale upgrade as well also improves health. So you want to be getting the 2 morale buffs and the battle gear armor, whatever, battle armor, to improve all the health, make sure they're not dying and not bleeding too much. And then we just set up a position. We're using our Hellhound to swat off his infantry. That's our true frontline unit. Because you don't have a frontline unit till tier 3 in the Ogres and Priests, Hellhounds or Chimeras are more or less acting as my frontline. Now he has invisible tank busters. My immediate response is a 3rd engine seer, and I bring one of my engine seers to start repairing. I'm not going to use my Hellhounds until I deal with these tank busters, and I'm making him deal with my grenade launchers, slowly picking at his buildings because grenade launchers have good range and pretty decent DPS against buildings. He looks to be aggressive on the right hand side. I know his tank busters were up here. I'm trading onto them. He can't get to my Hellhounds through the grenade launcher range, poking down his buildings. Tech Priest is coming for the repairs, and happy days. Play into that attrition. After I get the repairs, I can set up a heavy bolter turret. I've got 6 generators. All of my listening posts are upgrade to LP2. I'm going for my global upgrades. Good chance. Yeah, I've already got my global power upgrade. It's important to go for that first on Imperial Guard because it's cheap and it'll get good return. It's a power heavy faction. Just setting up outside his base. Put on hold ground stance and just siege his base. Getting the repairs. He saw that he didn't get the Hellhound snipe and I'm going to be getting repairs. And at this point it's GG. He doesn't have an answer. I'm already having sentinels across the map in case he wants to go for a war track transition with the bomb chuckers. It's too late for that. Instead of the sentinels, you can transition into tier 3 or some LP3s, upgrade your heavy bolter turrets and missile turrets, get some infantry commands at the front because I'm floating requisition to help fortify this area. And he goes for a final push. I didn't catch it, but the game was already over. He already lost too much in trying to engage. Hellhounds will completely punish a tier 1 or 1.5 push. Combine them with the grenade launchers and sentinels to put pressure on buildings and then transition. You're always trying to get to tier 3 or 4's Imperial Guardsmen. Despite this being an aggressive push, I'm not actually aiming to kill him unless I can sense I kill him. I'm looking to trade positive requisition and power wise to stall his tier 3 and give me an opening to go to tier 3. That's the true strength of the Hellhounds. I think they are underappreciated. There are some matchups where they maybe are not so good, specifically into Sisters of Battle. Look, I think they're actually always good. You just have to be more cagey with them. Don't get so aggressive. Let the grenade launchers do their thing. I actually think grenade launchers are superior to plasma, purely because of the range and the disruption. You're trading for free, as opposed to the plasma will get in. They're going to lose some guys, but they do higher DPS. I'd rather play into the attrition personally and slowly weed out my opponent. Imperial Guard's really good for that. Anywho's, I hope you learned something from this. Good luck in your games. Have fun with the Hellhounds. God bless. Catch you in the next video. 07.